Good morning. I wanted to talk about flying monkeys with narcissists. And like I said before in my other video, I stated that narcissists, sociopaths, personality B disorders, um, and psychopaths. I forgot to say psychopaths before, but they all have a similarity. So the other personality disorders can also do this as well. Flying monkeys are the recruiting people that assist a narcissist or whatever personality disorder in order to um, continue their abuse, mental abuse. Flying monkeys are the people that either benefit from this individual in some way, form, or fashion, and they will, a lot of them actually, when a narcissist has flying monkeys, a lot of them don't really realize that the narcissist is a narcissist because they're so, either they don't care or like they're oblivious in a sense. They don't know too much about the actual diagnosis or whatever. Or the other thing is they know, but they just really don't care, because what happens is they feel like they benefit from this individual in some way. So when a narcissist wants to carry out and make sure that you are destroyed, they will work through their flying monkeys. Either they will start to gossip, they'll try to just create you to be the ultimate worst person. Some of the narcissists, what they do too is, I noticed that they will do they will do investigation on you as well. Like they'll go in and they'll try to look up information on you, and like they'll go to some extremes. So they'll make sure that they have information on you, whatever. So whenever you do discuss things with this individual, if you tell them your business, they're going to tell everybody else too. So just make sure you take this into account. Or they'll call or find out people who know you, and what they'll do is they'll have these certain people, call you, monitor you. They'll have people watching you as far as to then discuss you amongst others, just to carry out whatever their plan is. So flying monkeys will just join in on whatever is going on because they're pawns in the game. They're being used in a sense to destroy someone. So anyway, flying monkeys is the best attack for the narcissist, because the narcissist could sit back and they won't have the actual, they won't have any type of, how do you want to say it, involvement in whatever is going on, because what happens is the others that are being used to attack this individual they will be blamed if there's something that ever comes up, because what happens is they won't have any type of connection with you. So this is a very strategic mental abuse that an individual will carry out on you. You won't see them doing anything to you because there's others that are doing things to you. And what happens is when they're making sure that you are destroyed, they make sure that they'll stand by and they'll amp up the flying monkeys. So it's like they'll almost be, there's a term in hip hop, hype man. They'll be like the hype man. They'll be the person who's like, yeah, yeah, and this person, and this, that, and the other. And it's almost like hyping up the flying monkeys. So the flying monkeys will then, in turn, almost go even harder. This is a term in New York. Sorry if y'all don't know the terms. They'll go harder at it as far as to assist in destroying this individual. Narcissists are so tricky with this one because they know they've been doing this for many, many years. And a lot of people think that narcissists don't have anybody around them, or narcissists are not loving, caring people, whatever, which they're really not. But they make sure, though, they make sure to have certain people around them. These people will think for some apparent reason that they got a good connection with this individual, but really they're not. They don't, because this individual will be strategically using others to create an issue. Sometimes also the narcissist has a smoke screen. I call this, what is a smoke screen? Yeah, because what happens sometimes, the narcissist wants to create like a diversion, or like an issue. They want to create an issue with an individual to hide the real things that they're actually doing. Like let me tell you, narcissists, they can be one of the most serious type of people to carry out illegal activities, but nobody will ever notice it because they will make sure that the smoke screen effect, where they're creating an individual to be the problem, everybody else is concerned about that situation. So it helps the narcissist to carry out whatever illegal things that they have been doing. That creates chaos. A lot of people like hire people like government officials. They are known for this type of stuff because, you know, like if you're dealing with the government or the president or whatever, that when we have corrupt presidents and so forth, they know about these techniques because they do these things. Like with false news and all this other stuff, media, what happens is they can stir up some type of false news or something stupid, but it's like they're creating this so that people are not watching really or taking note of what they've done. They either could have done something already and it'll be in the news for a little bit, but what happens sometimes with the smokescreen effect, they'll create something else to happen so that others are not talking about something that actually did happen with the government or whatever. I'm just giving an example with the smoke screen. So the flying monkeys are now left to attack this person, and the narcissist ultimately sits back and kind of gloats at the fact that this individual is now being persecuted by whoever else is around. While they have their little plan of doing whatever they're doing. They like to play also these mind games. Like I've seen that too. Mind games. They'll sit there and play little dumb mind games that actually just to make you think they're doing something and they're not. So they're like create some fake scenes or some fake type of atmosphere, and just to make you sit in your mind like, oh my goodness, what is going on? Also, I have to say this too. If you ever know narcissists, a lot of them are paranoid people, very much so paranoid, because they know the negative things that they've done in the dark, so they don't want people to really find out about it. And when you're so heavy on hiding things that you've done throughout your life. This is something that they do throughout their whole life, that this has become a part of them. They are trying to hide something that they've done. So they are literally, a lot of times, paranoid people. Unless you're a psychopath or something to that nature, psychopaths don't really care about that. They think that, like Hannibal Lecter in the movie, whatever, they really know that they're smart and intelligent, and they really don't care whether or not they get caught. A lot of psychopaths. Some psychopaths are really good at hiding stuff, and they really don't care either. But narcissists, they really show, and personality B disorders too, they tend to be very paranoid people. Anxiety through the roof too. So even when you're trying to do something right, or like you're doing something, you're trying to alleviate or downplay whatever situation has happened that might have triggered the narcissist. You try to downplay it. What happens is they still feel as if something's going to happen, so they still go into full-fledged mode of trying to continue this attack on whoever their prey is. These people are ruthless. So with the flying monkeys too, another technique, and I said this other night, triangulation. This individual will literally set people up, in a sense, to have an issue with another person. It's known in like relationships, but if you can have narcissists anywhere you go. Now I want to let you know this. It doesn't necessarily also it's just a romantic person. You can actually be around a narcissist and they are in your social environment. And they'll use triangulation as one of their other techniques. So instead of them personally attacking you, what they'll do is they create a problem that you might have with another individual, so that individual will also learn to hate you. So now they have another person that they've recruited as a flying monkey. This is another technique that they use. So they make sure that their hands are hidden while they are purposely setting up this issue to go down. Like this person to have interactions with another individual. And it could be, they can actually use a person that they really don't even like either. And they'll act like they like that person until another situation comes up where they'll start attacking that person too. So they'll create an issue between you and another individual so that you all are fighting, and they're sitting back and they're smiling. I've seen that. What else? I think I already said narcissists are heavy on gossiping. There's nothing mature about their personality, because they act as if they are teenagers in an adult body. Their emotions are all over the place. But they can sometimes strategize and act as if they have everything, like their emotions are in check, but they're really not. Because if they want to make sure that they do something to you or whatever, they'll make sure that their acting skills are on point. So also, the other thing that they'll do is they make sure that they try to trigger you, to get you upset, to make you once again look like the bad guy. So they'll do things purposely to see if they can get a rise out of you. I've seen this a lot in like relationships. They'll purposely do things so that if you act up or if you get upset, you look like the individual who doesn't have their mind right, or you're not sane. It's all about how you look to the public eye. This is a part of the destroying of an individual. they make sure that they try to trigger you. Like, they'll do things, even if it's like, you want to say it. They'll make sure that, like, if you're dealing with somebody who's a narcissist that you're in a relationship with, and they know that you don't like something, first of all, they want to know your weakness so that they can play on it. So if you have an issue with an individual who's not calling you back, or you get upset because you're like, you say you want to call me back and you never did, trust and believe me, they are going to play on that one thing to stir up your emotions. So they'll make sure they constantly don't call you back. So that's one of the things. Or they'll just keep watching you to see what triggers you, and then they make sure that they do it. So I just wanted to put this out there for the flying monkeys, triangulation. These are also a part of the techniques that I watched, that I noticed about them as well. And this is not just one individual. These are several people. I've seen this for myself, and I've dealt with people that deal with others. And they used to come to me and they used to ask me, how do I deal with this individual? And when I see the scenario and I see what it is that they're doing, it's even better to look at it from a person that's looking at it on the situation from the outside, because I can definitely see what moves they're making. But when you're dealing with it one-on-one or whatever with an individual, I still can notice it too. But it's just like it's just like a big game to them. And destroying you is a part of that game. I'll see y'all next time, and look out for my readings. Namaste.